In this next segment, Destin and Greg from VATA Group are going to talk to us about what we need to do when we're working together.
Hey guys, I'm Greg and this is Destin with VATA Group. We're going to go ahead and talk about mission prep and gear setup. Everybody wants to get that new cool tactical nylon plate carrier, whatever it may be, rifle, and then they go ahead, show it off to all the team guys and go out and use it. That's a bad idea for multiple reasons. Everything we use before we use it in real world scenarios, you want to make sure it's battle tested, train with it, make sure it's set up properly. We'll start up here at his the good old brain bucket here. This is obviously a ballistic helmet. Destin's wearing a high cut helmet to make room for his communications and hearing protection. You know, there's not a whole lot rattling around up there between his ears, but we want to protect what's left. From there we move down to his ear pro and communications gear. Obviously it's all set up for his comms, and he's got it routed through his plate carrier, his armor, to make sure that no wires are getting hung up in his arms or on anything when he's out there running missions. You can do the same for your hydration tube from your water bladder kit and run that through those little couplers on the body armor. One of the things we see a lot is improper fitment of body armor of plate carriers. Guys are either wearing armor that's way too big for them and it's really cumbersome and get in the way of their everything on their belt, or they're wearing it way too low. This chicken plate here is designed to protect your upper thoracic cavity, the real vital area of your body. All right. If you get gut shot, you know, gut shots hurt, but usually if you're within definitive care, they're not fatal. So you want to protect that upper thoracic cavity, make sure that armor sits nice and high in those chicken plates. The next thing is MOLLE. A lot of times we'll see MOLLE be improperly used. The MOLLE is designed to be interwoven, in, out with the MOLLE on the back of the pouches. We do that so it's very secure. I can grab this and shake Destin around and the pouch is not coming off. You can basically pick him up with this, all right? If you're going over a fence, through a window, it gets hung up on something, it's not gonna come off, you're not gonna lose mission essential gear.
One thing that we've seen in training, and I've actually seen it real world before, is guys get so amped up that they grab that pouch and it's not properly woven in between that MOLLE on that vest, and the entire pouch, magazine, everything comes out in their hand. It's pretty hard to get that mag and that gun with the pouch still on there. So think about the gear setup. Don't set yourself up for failure, but success. Also, I have some of the pouches covered over my mags for the main reason, if I go down to the prone, the kneeling, if I have to do that SWAT Hondo roll you see on the movies, all my stuff's not falling out. So I at least want to always keep one magazine clear for my speed reload if I need to, and then just tuck the flap behind it to where I can access that mag as fast as I can.
And you'll see a lot of pouches will use bungees or slightly different retention systems as well. The next thing I want to talk about is Destin's med pouch. You can see he's running it on his dominant side, his strong side, his secondary weapon system or pistol side, whatever you want to call it. And he's able to do that because he's trained with it. This is the Slimline Med Pouch from Dark Angel, and he knows that this med pouch placement does not impede his draw stroke. It's extremely important. A lot of times we'll see guys with really big GP pouches or med pouches and they can't even get their pistol out of their holster. That's a bad thing. Once you get your kit set up, all your plate carrier, your armor, your belt set up, I want to talk about rifle and weapon, basically prep and fitment before you go out and operate with it. Obviously, if you get that new rifle or even get new optics rail systems on the rifle, you want to make sure you test it first in training, make sure everything works and operates correctly. All right, you get that new optic, obviously you want to make sure everything has a good BZO from your backup irons to your optic, and you want to make sure you confirm that BZO on a regular basis, especially if you're a cop and you keep this bad boy rattling around in the back of your trunk. The other thing that Destin and I really advocate is if it has threads on it and if it screws in, it gets blue Loctite. All right, there's a lot of recoil and vibration going on, and you don't want to lose a piece of kit. You don't want to drop your EOTech and have it fall off the rifle when you're getting ready to make entry in a house. The other thing that we advocate is if it screws in, it has threads on it, everything gets a hash mark. Get yourself a paint pen, whatever color. Destin likes pink.
It's nice.
All right. It accents his cheeks, but make sure you hash mark anything that screws or mounts onto the rifle. It's a quick reference point. I can look at this and know if a screw's backing out. If the lines don't match up, then I know something's backing out, or I know my EOTech is shifted maybe out of 0. All right. The other thing is sling selection and sling placement. All right. Destin and I are big advocates of adjustable 2-point slings. The key is adjustable 2-point. We've both run single points in the past, and I had to climb a ladder to get up to a second story, and it was a little rickety third world ladder, and I had that rifle bouncing around and pinging me all over the place. It was not fun. So make sure you get your gear, go out and train with it, go out and test it. For more information, visit VATATrainingCenter.com.
Trigger Time TV is brought to you by Raven Concealment System, Troy Industries, Troy Defense, Seekins Precision, Aries Gear, Dark Angel, MGM Taxi, Keltec, R-Bros, Pro Ears, Yeti, Midland, Wiley X, EOTech, Black Hill, Bushnell, Trigicon, Dawson Precision, WW Guns, and Up Armored Knives.
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the show. I'd like to dedicate this episode to the men and women proudly serving overseas and here at home, and to the families that support them. Guys, our hats are off to you, and we humbly thank you for all you've done.